Cynthia Ortiz. It's the 14th of December, 2022. These are the Charles Perry Stalker podcasts. We do the disclaimer, apply the word allegedly, although everybody's laughing because Mr. Perry keeps doing exactly what we say. We get very specific, very detailed information on what crime he intends to commit against me next. He'll know it, and Genius here does it anyway. And everybody's like, oh my God. I wonder she says it's so easy, it's not even fair. Apply the but-for legal standard but-for Mr. Perry committing crimes against me in the state of Oklahoma, where I live and he doesn't. We wouldn't do these to document it. These are for your criminal case. They're already being played in your criminal case. They speak to my intent and yours. You have a criminal case. They won't call you back, but I talk to them all the time. I matter. You don't. Strange-o. You're strange. You're creepy. You're weirdo. You're very cruel. And everybody's had enough of it. Everybody's fucking had enough of it. You're very hated people. Nobody likes to watch one person make another suffer. That's what happened to Derek Chauvin. The whole fucking world blew up. People don't cheer for the shooter when there's a mass shooting. They are glad the victims are okay. They start reaching out to try to help the victims. We matter, you don't. You're the offender. You haven't lost a fucking thing. So, my guy's like, and apply the reasonable, prudent individuals standard, and I assert all constitutional rights. Mr. Perry, our guy's like, this stupid bitch still isn't getting it. Do another one. Do another one. Dumbass isn't getting it yet. We're not hinting at leaks. We're not hinting at who's helping me. You're not getting the main point that when you do these crimes to me, it's different than any other victim. No other victim has all this, do they? No other victim has all this right here. These are quotes of you trying to hurt me. I've lost everything I have because Mr. Perry is into sex exploitation on the dark web, and he's into human trafficking and sex trafficking. He's just a fucking low-life pimp. And I said I don't consent. Here's the thing though, I did find out that you trafficked me to a guy in Houston who is a realtor before you did it. No other victim can say that. I found out Michael Neely, Manford police officer Michael Neely, was drugged before anybody else said it, and emailed the Florida State's attorney. And somebody asked you, what did you want her to lie about? Sir, I'm gonna starve her until she lies. I'm gonna make her destitute, eating out of a dumpster, until she apologizes and lies for me. I'm under unbearable pressure to lie and to be trafficked. My guys are about ready to charge you. They're thinking of adding conspiracy to commit rape, attempted rape or something, he said. Because I said no to the trafficking, I don't consent. I don't consent to be your fucking weird-ass concubine. Nobody even told me about that from your camp. The police told me about that. Charles runs around screaming and yelling at everybody, that's my concubine. Makes everybody sick at their stomach. What a weirdo. I'm not your girlfriend. I'm not even your friend. I don't consent to any of that. I went to a lot of trouble to move 2 times, start all over again with my child by myself, to get away from you and have no contact with you and no conflict with you. Were never invited to Oklahoma, and you have come up here and blown people's lives to bits, and everybody fucking hates you for it. And I am saying this again and again and again. And the frustration with you, Mr. Perry, and your mental retardation and the need to repeat everything, it's like fucking fingernails on a chalkboard for everybody else. You have slimed your ick and your delusion and your sadism, whatever psychopath problems all over everybody in a state where you don't live. Nobody invited you here, and I didn't introduce you to my family. I would never have taken you around my family, not my children, not my family here in Oklahoma, not my ex-husband. You are a fucking butt-in, and everybody fucking hates you for it. So we can get information and you don't. the best thing I've heard in a very long time, it made me in a really good mood, is this. There's a Texas state senator under investigation for human trafficking. One of his victims is part of the investigation, helping the team. Mr. Perry's trying to go above her head and talk to her boss, and no one will call him back. No, the guy that gives me all of this crap right here refuses to take your phone calls or call you back. What about that? And then you tell me, he types in my phone, go be, just let us do this. You're forgetting who it is you're talking to. And that's why the shrink thinks you're severely mentally retarded. You don't know what it means that we have all this, clearly. $25 million plus is a hell of a lot of money to pay for a cover-up you did not get. We got all this with that money. The money you spent for a cover-up gave us all this. There was about 2 weeks recently that I had money from a school loan stipend thing. I have to pay it back, some of it. So I had the money to pay for a hotel again, and I wasn't sleeping in my car. I made some adjustments with my car with it, and I was able to buy some stuff that I had that Mr. Perry had stolen from me: clothes, toothbrush, and makeup. So during that period of time, there wasn't a whole lot on this Facebook. You can scroll back and see. I'm not going to waste my time. They were also trying to, I guess, create like a panacea, they said. They do that all the time. She finds out, so we have to let the dust settle, create a panacea, then try again. Then what happens is they've talked about it once, we get that recording. They get caught, so they'll back off a little bit and then try again. Let the dust settle and try again. You say that all the time. If we do XYZ to her, nobody will know that it was linked to us. Well, the thing is, we heard you say that. We heard you talking about it, so it is. It is linked to you. And so during that period of time, there wasn't a lot here because there wasn't as much to get. Everybody was very happy for me. Everybody was calmed down because I had money. I'm back in. I had food and shelter, and I had my car. Everything was good. And I had a couple of weeks that were fine. It was peaceful. The second I'm back out on the street, we get more names. Beverly, Cold Shower Beverly, right? There's another name too. I can't remember now what it was. It's on here somewhere. We've gotten so many names. You don't have even one name. You don't know who it is that gives me this. Because they won't call you back. You don't matter. I do. Right? You got to get that through your head. That's where the frustration is with you. You're not getting the cause and effect. When you do the crime to me, you get caught. Nothing else has happened for a decade but that. When you do the crime to me, you get caught. There's no hints. Why would I hint? We all want you gone. Nobody's hinting. Mr. Perry acts like, I'm trying to figure out who it is. I don't want you to figure out who it is. 6 years in a strip club, not one slip up. What does that mean to you? 6 years in a strip club, 4 days a week, all night long, not one slip up. You had all kinds of people all over me. One time, I did not even slip up. One time. I don't slip up. I don't make mistakes. There's a guy that has said that. There's one guy here that gets me. Is it Dickie? Now he's asking, is Dickie a leak? I'm not told who the leaks are, fucktard. I'm not told who the leaks are, fucktard. Fucktard. Write it down. I'm not told who the leaks are. I'm not even told what they get from a leak and what they get from a court order, wiretap or something. I have no idea. I don't care. We just want for you to be gone. No one cares how the information is obtained. When you're in jail and you go to trial and they give you all the discovery, you can figure all that out then, can't you? You're the offender. You're not entitled to shit, even if I did know. I don't want you to know, because these guys are keeping me alive. You have tried to kill me over and over and over, and they've caught it. And told me, so I didn't go where you wanted me to go with your little Hansel and Gretel. Right? I got your code words. That's what go to Pensacola. It'll be fun. That was your Hansel and Gretel. You planned a murder in Pensacola. You needed him to go so you could do it. So you did. Because Mike doesn't have a mark on him. He was found unconscious and in respiratory distress and can't remember fuck. The arrest report says he has an injury from a second incident after the murder and a red swollen right hand. Well, he's got an IV in the right hand. That's why it's red and swollen. But when you beat someone to death so hard, their head back and forth and back and forth and back and forth, that the skull comes off the rest of the body. He died of internal decapitation. The medical examiner said, Chief Miller did. Mike has nothing. His hands would have looked like Chief Miller's face. And there's no head injury to Mike. So you coaxed him to Pensacola. You asked me, how did you know Mike had to be begged to go to Pensacola? In a text. Because you did that. Same way you were going to do it at my club. Get her to work, fake a medical emergency, get her to help. When it's all over with, tell her the guy's got a virus. You need to take a shot or you'll get it too. And your hitman said, what do I do if she won't take the shot? And you said, you make sure she takes that shot. It would have killed me dead. We're going to tell her family she died of an unfortunate allergic reaction while trying to render aid. I found that out from my guys, the guys that will not call you back. Because I matter and you fucking don't matter. Everybody hates you. Everyone is sick of this. Everyone is sick and tired of what you're putting me through. I think it was my insurance lady that said, I hate this for her. Why are you doing this? It's unimaginable that one person would do this to another person and treat a human being worse than you treat a dog. If you do this to a dog, you go to jail for animal cruelty. So why are you doing it? And it's not working, by the way. Why don't you try being nice? Are you getting what you want doing what you're doing? He will not call you back. I talk to him every day. I talk to him every fucking day. He gave me all that. He told me about your hitman. What do I do if she won't take the shot? You make sure she won't take the shot, you said. You make sure she'll take the shot, you said. You said, tell her she'll die if she doesn't. She'll feel like she has to, and then she'll take the shot. She's dead. Her family will be fine with it. We'll tell them she died of an unfortunate allergic reaction. Does my family know you are going to do that and lie to them? You're lying to Jacqueline. You promised to love her forever, to be in a committed relationship with her forever, to be loyal to her until death do you part. And you betray her, and you lie to her, and Jordan and Matthew as well. And if you'll lie in a court of law under oath, under penalty of perjury, and to your own family, you'll lie to anyone, anywhere, about anything, because you're that skank. You're that pathetic. And so now nobody believes a word you say. You need to know that. No one believes a fucking thing you say. Because you came up here, and you lied to people. You looked them right in the face and lied. I don't consent to being your fucking weird-ass concubine, or your girlfriend, or your friend even, or trafficked, or suck your dick, or anyone else's for that matter. And excuse me again for the vulgarity and the obscenity, but that's what human trafficking is. It is being pimped out. It is being pimped out. And they're trying to make me do it against my will. I did find out before they tried to do it. So now the next thing is we're going to starve her until she lies for us, and we just need her to apologize. How many times have you said that and it was recorded? How many of those do we have? A shit ton of them. We just need her to apologize. Can I just be candid with you? We're doing what she said, but I'm trying to run for office, and we just need her to apologize. Right? And there was a cop that when you wanted him to pull me over, and he was told they just need her to apologize. And he goes, she already knows about it? Yeah, she already knows about it. And she's already said she will not apologize. She's already said she won't apologize. She knows about it. It's out everywhere. Everybody knows about it. He thinks he's fooling people. Everybody knows about it. And he goes, then I'm not going to pull her over and do this. I'm not doing it. And he was told, you may not have a choice. And he goes, I have a choice. This guy's a wacky Jackie. He's not all there. And this is a bad decision he's making as a wacky Jackie. Guess what? I do have a choice. It's my reputation. And I am not going to do this. I'm not going to sign my name to the bad decision of a whack job. Why would I do that? So yeah, everybody knows about your, we just need her to apologize. We don't want this to go to trial, because she'll bring out all this stuff. All the causation, primary and secondary, all of it. No, didn't you say that? I think you've been recorded talking about that too. We're going to do another false arrest, and we can't let it go to trial, because the truth will come out in the trial. She'll testify. We heard that one too. So is it Dickie that gets me? And I'll go to him, if we do this, will she do that? Do you know? What do you think she'll do? Because he fucking gets me. You know what he did? I'm pulling up Mike Neely's docket, and I'm telling people I'm going to look and see. I'm going to look into his case, and I'm going to read everything on it, and I'm going to find out what the fuck happened over there. I did say, by the way, he was drugged before anybody else said it. So the guy said, now watch, she'll catch every mistake they make. That's my reputation in Oklahoma. Watch, she'll catch every mistake they made. Watch, Cynthia. She'll catch every mistake they made. And he's also told you guys, Cynthia doesn't make a mistake. If she tells you something, you better be very, very careful with it. She's going to somehow use it against you, depending on what you do with it. So I wouldn't get all jumping up and down, go, oh, she made a mistake. Nope, she doesn't do that. I've been here 9 years. I do the same thing, just like you. But my way's working and yours isn't. I'm catching stuff nobody else has. I did find out beforehand that I was trafficked. No other victim has that. No other victim has that. And I did find every mistake you made in Mike's case, didn't I? Because I was supposed to testify for him, and oddly, you wouldn't let me, and then began retaliating against me. You wouldn't let me testify for him. Gosh, judge and jury, look at this picture of him. Where's the injuries that indicate he was in a fight? Point him out. Gosh, judge and jury, look at the arrest report. Where's the injuries that indicate he was in a fight? He didn't have a bump on the head. There's no cameras in the hallway, just in the lobby. They were on the 5th floor. No murder weapon was found. Well, they're both gone. Lucky's deceased. Mike's unconscious. Didn't get up and walk out of the room by itself, did it? If there was a weapon used, there was a weapon used. It might have been somebody else's fist. It might have been a crowbar. Right? I haven't seen Lucky's autopsy photos. I have asked to see them. I'm pretty sure everybody's scared to death to let me look at that. So I file a motion to intervene, at which time there should have been a hearing to see if I had standing to file such a thing. Yes or no, can you even file it? It's filed. It's on the docket still, sitting there like a meatball on the table, just looking at everybody, just sitting there. And there was no such hearing. And now you're retaliating against me. Title 18 of the United States Code, Section 1512 and 1513. I do assert my right to equal protection in the application of that law, of the Victims' Rights Bill of Oklahoma, any similar laws to Title 18 that are state laws in Oklahoma. I live in Oklahoma, not Texas. I moved twice to have no contact with you at all. No conflict, no scandal, no nothing. You have come up here uninvited and blown up everybody's life. And for that, you are deeply hated. You, Calvin, who is bald and fat, David and Lucius, very, very hated men. Very, very hated men. For what you've put me through, and Michael Neely as well. And the Miller family, and Chief Ridley, and Tyler Buttram. All of those guys, whether they say that or not, they're going through hell. I'm going through hell. We're all going through hell. Because of what you've done. The Miller kids will never be the same. Amber will never be the same. You have injured them in a way they will never get over. And Michael and Lisa Neely and their son John as well. Do you know who those people are? Here's what I want you to do, Mr. Perry. We know that you don't see people as people. You don't have empathy. You're a psychopath piece of shit. All of you are. Those are people. Those are people. How long was Mike on the Manford Police Department? How did he get to be there? What was his favorite thing to do with his wife and son? What did the Miller kids like to talk to their dad about when he came home from work? What were fun things they like to do with him? Now who do they call when they need something about, like, a dad question? You know, all kids, When I was a kid, I had certain things that I like to talk to my mom about and certain things I like to talk to my dad about. And the things that I like to talk to my dad about, I really didn't want to talk to my mom about. And vice versa. And everybody's that way. Mr. Perry, I need to get out of my other phone. He likes to start typing in my other phone like he thinks this is a conversation. Delusional. Slimed all over me again. Get out of my phone. I don't care what you think. Didn't ask you, did I? This is a podcast. You're not supposed to know what I'm even doing right now, and yet you do. When you're talking about my vehicle needing an oil change, or the oil looks good, or whatever it is, or tires, or whatever, that is information that you shouldn't have any knowledge of at all. No knowledge of that at all. It's none of your business. My financial matters, my car, my bank, my school, all of that, it's protected under privacy laws, Mr. Perry. You don't have the right to violate them. I have the reasonable expectation of privacy in my own home and in my car if the windows are rolled up. You don't have the right to violate that. And you are making everybody sickened and horrified at what you're doing to me. And it is just rape. And you might get charged with attempted rape. Because I said no. No, sir. You are not to contact me at all. And when you do it anyways, boy, howdy, everybody gets furious with you. I don't give two fucks what you think. No one does. We're sick of hearing it. We're sick of hearing it. No one's going to help you. I'm not trying to drop hints at you. I'm not going to tell you shit. Everybody wants for you to be gone. When you're gone, I won't be broke anymore. I'll have my privacy back. When you're arrested, that's what everybody wants. It was quiet during the 2 weeks that I had some money and I was back in a hotel and my car was good. I did some adjusting with my car. Everybody was happy. Fucking everybody hates you. Everybody fucking hates you. You took the life of a cop who was trying to help me. Everybody fucking hates you for that. Believe me. There might be people who don't have the guts to say it to your face. But here's what I want you to do. I want you to humanize him for a minute if you can. Humanize him for a minute if you fucking can. No one else cares about who the leaks are. You're the only one that does. Everybody else cares about the victims and how we feel and the horror and the terrorizing you've imposed and burdened us with. You need to understand that, and you don't, fucktard. You're a pathetic fucktard. We have to repeat the same thing for you, and you're still not getting it. The frustration with you isn't that you can't figure out who's helping me. The frustration with you is that you can't figure out how pissed off everybody is at you. Everybody fucking hates your guts. The only ones that don't are probably guys on your payroll or part of your little thing, like Lucius and Calvin, who are just like you, and David. You, all of you, humanize the people you hurt. They're humans. No one cares about you. You don't matter. Nobody's calling you back. The guy that won't call you back gave me all that. Told me Calvin's bald and fat and an asshole. He's an asshole, he said. People do not like that bitch. He is a very mean little old fart. Can't get a real life date either. If you can't treat women right, you're not gonna get one. I'm not in love with you, you fuck. You're using my body against my will for your pretend love life, because you don't have a love life. It doesn't go both ways. I've done everything I can do to kick you off me. Rapist. You're a sex offender. That's all you are. A pathetic little nothing sex offender. So when you start bossing me around, imagine, first of all, you're not to contact me at all. Not at all. When you do it anyways, everybody gets irate at you. Did we not say it enough times? You don't contact her. That's why you don't get a call back. You act like you understand what those words mean. Do not contact me. Do not hack me. Do not invade my privacy in any way. Do not do it. Do not do it. Do not take 1 penny of my money. Do not cause one more problem. Do not fucking do it. Because if you do, we'll get more. And the more we get, the easier it will be to get a conviction. And a whole lot of restitution. When is your arrest going to be? You don't know what day that'll be. He wants to get you all at the same time. So, I mean, he's got his methods and he's got his ways of doing things. We've got more information than anybody else ever has before. What is a Freemason, Charles? Are you a Freemason? Are you a Freemason? Has that whole organization been infiltrated? If so, how long? How much? Do you know? People are human beings, and you don't see them that way. You see people as objects that you're just going to use to achieve a goal of getting yourself more money and more power. But the thing is, you don't matter. Nobody will call you back. I matter. I talk to these guys all the time. Anytime I want. I can get this stuff. They're... Sin, listen to this one. Sin, listen to this one. Sin, listen to this one. Listen to this. This Calvin guy's bald and fat and he's a piece of shit. Right? Sanjay's very upset. Every time you say his name, boy, he gets mad. Well, Sanjay, you're a grown-ass man. You decided one day to become the bitch of a sex weirdo, and that's the best you can do. You made that choice. You can live with your choices. We can get all this. I got Sanjay's name when you had me kicked out of my hotel. The more you cause a problem for me, the more we get, because everybody's deeply disturbed by it. Very upset. Furious with y'all. Furious with you. This conduct is illegal because people don't like it when you do that. It's deviant. It's very, very deviant. It's very offensive. Nobody likes to watch one person make another person suffer. Watch the news and you can see it. How stupid are y'all? Very, very disturbed people. So you cause everybody to be very uncomfortable, and we can get what you just said. And now names. We got the Muffin Man when you started telling everybody there's not going to be a new apartment and a new car. It's not your place to say, soccer, fuck off. So we get the Muffin Man. You start trying to get me kicked out of my apartment after I finally got in it. Somebody said that. Well, now she can't say there's not a new apartment and a new car. And the guy said, do you have any idea what she had to go through to get it? It's just a little bitty apartment and a little bitty old car. He doesn't have the right to butt into that. Nobody asked him what he thinks. He wasn't invited up here. It's like somebody broke into your home and they're going to start deciding your life after they tear everything up and start commenting and stating an opinion. And you're just like, you're not even supposed to be in my house here. In home invader, get the fuck out. I don't care what you think. Well, all we're doing is waiting for the police to get here. That's it. And it's the same. That's a metaphor. It's the same. We're just waiting for the police to get here. The neighbors have called the cops. You're out of line. And you're hated. Everybody's pissed off. The couple of weeks, things got quieter. I had money. Everybody was happy. When I don't have money, everybody gets pissed off. And we start getting more information, like names, code words and shit. Muffin Man's a nickname. Muffin Man's a nickname. So he said, do you have any idea what she had to go through to get just a fucking little... I mean, come on with that. He didn't have any right to butt into that. And as soon as she gets it, you watch, he'll start trying to take it away. So when you did, we get Calvin's name. Bald, that Calvin, who's an asshole. Everybody hates him. And then you did get me kicked out. And then I'm in a hotel. And then you got me kicked out of that too. They refused my payment twice. Kicked me out. You had him steal everything I owned, throw it in the dumpster. So then we got Lucius, Sanjay, Geppetto, Beverly, James, Ruben. And you have not one of our guys' names. This is a repeat. I've already said it about 100 times. I've already said all this. We want her false arrested and it can't go to trial. The truth will come out. The truth will come out. We can't let it go to trial. You're going to trial. Our guy's not doing any deals. He said there won't be any deals. Tell him we'll see him in court. They blew all that. Somebody else said, I think one of them has made a deal a long time ago. And that's probably your main leak. But I mean, I can't say for sure. Our guy said nobody gets a deal. See you at trial. You had an opportunity and you didn't take it. You said, I don't want to do that. So it's okay. Suit yourself. So there's going to be a trial. Right? Either way. Either way, there's going to be a trial. And you've broken into my home. You tore up all my shit. The neighbors called the cops. We're just waiting for them to come. You think you can have an opinion about anything in my life after you broke in my home? You don't. Absolutely not. I didn't invite you into my home. You broke in. Against my will. You owe me $1,000 a day for using my body against my will for your pretend imaginary love life. Your make-believe world. And for profit, plus $2,000 a day for doing it without my consent. Plus the interest on the money my grandmother left me that my parents have. They decided to keep it. They didn't have the right. My sister got her money. My cousin got his money. I didn't get mine. Everybody said, your mom's going to steal your money. She's a bitch. That's what she'll do. And I was like, wow, okay. It's sure shit she did. I never mentioned it. One time I needed to borrow money from her when I was going through a divorce, knowing she had my money, and just kept it, and I never said a word about it. Didn't tell him I even knew. Never asked about it, nothing. I was like, I'm gonna let God have this one. I'm gonna just let this go into God's hands and let him do what he does with that money. I call my mother and I'm like, Kathy, I need to pay my electric bill. I don't get paid till Friday. It's due today. And they're gonna cut me off. Since Ernest moved out, we're getting a divorce. I only have one income now, not two. She said, I will give it to you, but you better pay me back on Friday. And I'm going, wow, I can't believe she's saying that when she knows she's sitting on my money. My money. My grandmother worked very, very hard all her life to save that money to give to me when she died. And everybody said, your mother is a thief and a bitch, and she'll keep it, and you won't ever see it. But we wanted you to know your grandmother went to all that trouble for you. That's what she wanted you to have it. Okay. So when Friday comes around, I did pay her. Never mentioned it then. Never said, what do you mean I got to pay you back? You're sitting on my inheritance money. What are you doing? What are you doing, Kathy? I didn't say a word about it until I wanted the money to help Mike. He's a cop. He took my police report 6 days before his life blew up. You blew it up. These are people, Mr. Perry, not objects. These are people everyone else cares about. Everyone else is hurting for them. I'm sorry that you're a cold, callous, lousy piece of trash that only cares about covering up your crime, and the more you try to cover it up, the more uncovered it gets. Look, $25 million is a hell of a lot of money to pay for a cover-up. They gave us all that. These are subject lines of emails I typed up about you. These are your conversations. These are from recordings of you that the guys who will not call you back gave me. They don't waste their time talking to somebody who's stupid and can't understand what you're saying. Their frustration isn't that you're not picking up on a hint. There is no hint. Why would I do that? When you're in jail, I won't be broke again, ever. I get my privacy back. You won't be here to cause problems and drama and stress and anxiety. And people don't like feeling all that. So we can get information like that, and you can't get shit. You're not getting a call back. He will not waste his time on you. His time is spent getting all that for me. He's trying to kick you off me. Dumbass, rapist, sex offender. So, I don't consent to anything. I don't consent to you contacting me at all. Didn't ask you what you think. I said, get the fuck out of my life. Get out of it. I didn't want you in it to begin with. So, we got all this, right? Names of people involved in your bullshit, your criminal bullshit. Sanjay, you get all nervous when I say your name. Why? You made a choice, bitch. You chose to be the bitch of a sex weirdo and everything that goes with that. That was your choice. I'm sorry that you made that choice, but you got to live with it. You're a man. Be a man. Man up. Quit whining. I heard you get boy, Sanjay gets all unnerved when she says his name. Sanjay, you chose to be the bitch of a sex weirdo. That's the best you can do. I'm sorry. That's the best you can do. So you're going to have to live with that. You could have said no. One officer did say no. You may not have a choice. Oh yeah, I do have a choice, he said. I always have a choice. And I'm not signing my name to the bad decision of a man who's wacky. He's mentally ill. He's incapable of thinking things through like a reasonable, prudent individual would do, because she already knows about all this. We just want her to apologize. Can I just be candid with you? I'll make it worth your while. We are doing what she says, but we want her to lie. We want her to apologize. Nobody, you're not sleeping in your car. You haven't had any injuries. What is she supposed to lie about first? What is she supposed to lie about? I'm sorry. The guy said, what is she supposed to lie about now? Here's the thing. She can prove what she's saying. She said, I knew Michael Neely was drugged before anybody else said it. And she's got an email from March. Depositions weren't taken until May. That's when that came out. Yes, we're the first responders. We found Officer Neely unconscious and in respiratory distress. Not a mark on his head. There's no head injury. There's no concussion. There's nothing. So it's opioid overdose. So we gave him Narcan and he came to. May. I said it in March. May. I said it in March. She can prove she said it in March, and she knew it in March because she's got an email to the Florida State's Attorney telling him, you got the wrong fucking guy here. You're supposed to be a truth seeker. You're supposed to be a truth seeker. There's one of the Supreme Court decisions in Brady versus Maryland that says that basically a false arrest is just an attempt at an intimidation. And that a prosecutor is not to just try to win his case, he's trying to find the truth. We have a thing called wrongful conviction. We have, Innocence Project and all that. Trying to help people who were wrongfully convicted go home. The thing is if you're stupid and don't think anything through or make a reasonable, prudent individual decision, you're not going to think through that an offender is going to reoffend until he's locked up. He can't stop. He has no control over himself. Some of these people, they're that pathetic. So they reoffend, and now you got more and more victims. And if you're smart, you think it through. Okay, well, he's got this now. What's it going to look like 5 years from now or 10 years from now? How many more victims are there going to be? And how much more of this stuff that he's hidden all his life that he's doing, this crime, how much more of it will be out? What jurisdiction is he going to hit? Maybe one that won't turn away. Look away. Maybe the next one will get him. Then how will we explain why we didn't? I don't know. Ask Lubbock police. Ask Lubbock police. Ask Myers and Escambia. Because the thing is an offender will reoffend and reoffend and reoffend until they're apprehended. And now you got more victims and more things you can't explain away. More things you cannot explain away. These are people. They're not objects. One of them's name is Manford Police Chief Lucky Miller. Amber Miller. I apologize, I don't know the 3 children's names. The more you ask me who it is that's leaking, Mr. Perry, the more everybody fucking wants to hit you. Stop asking me that. You sick son of a bitch. I'm not told who the leaks are. I'm not told what information is gained from a leak or a court order. I don't want you here. I want for you to be in jail. Then I won't be broke again. Why would I help you? Stop asking me who your leaks are. Stop it. Do not contact me at all. It pisses me off. It pisses everybody off. And then we get more. Listen to the words. Understand the words. Get your nurse to help you. Mental slow. It's very aggravating to have to deal with somebody who has no fucking idea what you're saying. He acts like Mr. Parra always acts like he has no fucking idea. Manford Police Officer Michael Neely. His wife Lisa Neely. His son John Neely. My children Tristan Hall, Dennis Ortiz. We're victims, we're people. And you're hurting us. And we'd like for you to stop it. And the more you do, the more we get. We have stuff nobody else has, right? These men who give me this will not call you back. In part because you're stupid and won't understand what they're saying and you'll waste their time. And they're very busy getting stuff like that no one else has. They don't have time to talk to a fucktard that has to have the same thing repeated. How many times, guys, have I said, I'm not told who the leaks are, and I wouldn't help you if I was? I'm not told who the leaks are, and I wouldn't help you if I was. No one's going to help you. No one's going to help you. He already told you, Mr. Perry, over and over and over, if you want me to call you back and help you or get in touch with you in some way, first thing you got to do is get the fuck out of her life. Give her privacy back. She's not to be broke anymore. You're not to contact her anymore. If you act like you understand that, then I'll call you back or get in touch somehow. But there will be a trial. There won't be any deals. And so there's that. You can wait until then, and then they'll give you whatever you want. It's called discovery. It's called this. What day is he going to bang down your door? And that's it. And he doesn't want to hear your excuses. He hurts for me. He's upset about what you're doing to me. I can talk to him whenever I want. You can't. He will not call you back. I can talk. He gave me all that. All this stuff, Mr. Perry. All of that he gave me. I got it from somewhere. Didn't I? You don't see me running around hiding behind the bushes when you guys have a little meeting, do ya? I mean, you guys have me watched all the time. You don't see me hide behind the fucking bushes. So somebody got it somehow. Look at that. All of that those are subject lines from my emails. And my emails are typed up of your recordings of you. Very detailed, very specific crime you're intending to commit against me in Oklahoma where I live. And you don't. Right? You're using my body for your pretend love life because you don't have a real one. I've done everything I can do to get away from you and kick you off me. 3 times I sued you, and in those 3 lawsuits, 11 times asked the judge to make you leave me alone. In Judge Morrissey's court, there should have been, after 14 days, a hearing on the protective order, and she didn't hold one. That's 2 now. 2 hearings, sir. There should have been, and there weren't. There's a lot of reporters that are privy to some of the, the internal information, so that when these stories hit, they'll hit correctly. It won't be your bullshit spin. It'll be the truth. Here's the thing. I asked you not to contact me, Mr. Perry. I don't care what you think. Somebody sit down with Mr. Perry and explain to him what it means when I say, I don't want any contact from you. I don't care what you think. No one understands why you think I do. Nobody understands why you think that. You'll look like a buffoon. You fucking look like a buffoon. You have not one name of any of our guys. Nothing at all from their meetings. But we got all this from yours. All of that's from yours. Every time I lose a home and I'm deprived of food and shelter, we start getting people's names. Because everybody gets pissed off at y'all. And when I have someplace and you're leaving me alone and there's nothing else to get, it gets quieter, doesn't it? Cause and effect. That's what everybody's mad at you because you can't get that. Not, she's dropping hints and he's just not picking up on it. There's no hints. Why would there be hints? 6 years in a strip club, not one slip up. So I guess one of these guys said, if she's talking to you and she gives you information, she's doing that on purpose. She'll tell the truth and some truth, some lies, and all of it she's going to use against you. She's going to watch what you do with that. Depending on what you do with it, we use it against you. She doesn't make mistakes. Don't get all happy. That's not what she just did. And that guy's right. Is it Dickie? Who's Dickie? Who's the one that said, no, watch, she'll find every mistake they made? He's got it right. I mean, he's either right or wrong. I thought when all this is over, I'd like to sit him down and go, how often were you right? 80% of the time, 90% of the time, 50% of the time. Don't they go to you and go, what do you think she'll do if we do this? You get her. What do you think she'll do? Do you? Is he right all the time? How often is he right? Okay, so I'm having to repeat the same thing again. The guys that give me all this, Perry is trying to find them. They know where you are. They're getting what you just said. Right? So, he won't call you back. You're not going to get a call back from a guy who can't stand... as impatient as I am with your stupid, he's even more impatient with it. Way more. And I'm very impatient with it. So we got all this, like the McNamara email. That was in 2015. I had no affiliation with the Catholic Church in 2015. So why are you going around asking people if it's the Catholic Church? Stupid. I mean, Mike was drugged. I also told Gene Mitchell in October, don't make this legal argument. I know what you're going to say. Don't do it. It's not plausible. I texted him. Those texts are out on here. I'm not gonna re-show everything. I hate repeating myself. Most everybody else gets it the first time I say it. You're gonna have to look it up. And trial wasn't until the following March, 2021. So now, not when he had a deposition with me. He could have asked me then. Now he wants to know, how did she know? How did she know? So we know she knew because she's not lying. She can prove it. She says she knew, and she can prove that by the text she sent to Gene Mitchell telling him, what you're saying, what you're going to go into court and say isn't plausible. Please don't do that. Here's what happened. Mike was drugged. He passes out. Like, he starts yelling at the guy, the killer. What'd you give him? And they're fighting. When he said, stop it, Mike, he said, stop it to the offender. And Mike, he's calling out to Mike. There was no visual context to put with the utterance. Right? Does this sound familiar? Because I can, if you make a mistake, I'll catch it. And you made a bunch of them, actually. This one here, starve her until she lies. They go back to 2020. This here. The guys that get all that from you to me, they're not going to call you back. They're not going to call you back. Rapist, sex offender. What he said is, she isn't to be broke anymore. You're not to invade her privacy anymore. You're not to contact her at all. If you do it, she asked you not to, so stop it. You do it anyways, we'll get more of that, because everybody gets pissed off. There wasn't so much of this coming out in the 2 weeks that I had some money and a place to live or stay, food, basic needs, bed and a bath and food, and y'all were leaving my car alone for the most part. You knew about, you're talking about the oil, status of the oil and tires. You shouldn't even know what I drive, much less that. So when you cause me to suffer, we get a whole lot more because everybody's pissed about it. And it died down a little because you weren't causing so much suffering and I was doing better and I'm happy and everybody's happy for me. Why wouldn't they be? The guys that got me that won't call you back, Princess Cuckoo Bird. They hate you too. What day is he going to arrest you? And then straight to trial. He's not giving you a deal. So we got that. We got all this, right? We're going to take her car. It's not legal. I'm going to have it towed and sold before she figures that out. Said it in 2019. I did know you said that. In fact, I emailed about it. So I can prove that I knew that. That's what the guy said. How is she supposed to lie? She said she knew Mike was drugged. And she said she knew Gene Mitchell's argument was going to be bullshit before he made it in the courtroom. You know how we know she can prove that? There's emails and texts where she's telling people, here's what I knew. Here's what I knew. The guys that gave me this won't call you back. And the more you go at me, the more we get. When you contact me, we get more. When you cause problems and loss and drama for me, we get more. The longer I'm sitting here suffering, sleeping in my car, and I'm broke, the more we get. The longer Mike Neely's in jail, the more we get. Now, you guys need to understand this. Everybody is sickened and disturbed and uncomfortable by what you're putting us through. Period. Just like that. They just are. So we can get this kind of information, and nobody will call you back. Charles is stupid. He's like, he doesn't understand what you say. He doesn't understand what you're saying to him. So why am I going to waste my time trying to talk to somebody like that? They can't understand a word I say. I'm not going to listen to his excuses. I don't want to hear it. I'm getting the information. I heard it coming out of his mouth. We're going to frame her for this, and we're going to false arrest her again. And there can't be a trial. I heard him say it. I'm sorry, but that bitch isn't going to make an excuse for me. I want to hear. It's not wasting my time. All of this. Starve her until she lies. Starve her until... How many times did you say it? I mean, there's like a shit ton of these. Get her a bus pass. I can't... David, I need her to leave the state. She's messing up my crime too much. Wow, my granddad's very proud of me right now, I promise you. But you know what, David? Here's the thing. It died down. We weren't getting any names. We weren't getting a lot of anything. You weren't giving us as much to get. When I had food and shelter and my basic rights and needs met. And people weren't pissed. They were happy. They were happy for me. They won't call you back either. You don't matter. I do. Michael Neely matters. The people you hurt matter. They're not objects. They're people. They're human beings. Mr. Perry, I want no contact from you at all. None. When you do it anyways, after I've asked you over and over and over to stop it, we get more of these because you're pissing everybody off with that. I don't care what you think. I didn't ask you. I asked you to cease and desist all forms of all contact. I do not care what you think. No one does. Everybody's sick of your talking at all. Shut up and get away from me. Shut up and get away from me. Act like you understand what I just said. Nobody's mad at you because you can't guess the leaks or whatever. No one cares about that. What everybody's mad at you and uncomfortable with and horrified by is the unimaginable terrorizing that you're doing to me and Mike. Somebody said she's got a 3.63 without having to crack a textbook, and she's mad about it. Most people would be so happy. I wish I could get that kind of grade without having to crack a textbook, and on top of that, Charles is making her life a living hell. Unimaginable crap. Unimaginable. We don't even know how she puts one foot in front of the other, much less does that. So, you got people very uncomfortable, very disturbed, very upset, very anxious and angry at what you're putting me through, and they want it stopped. We all want for you to stop it. No one wants to help you, and you're not getting that. That's where the frustration is, stupid. You're not getting it. No one wants to help you. You're not going to get a call back. You're stupid. He doesn't waste his time talking to guys like you. You have to act like you understand what people say, and you act like you have no fucking idea. Gonna starve her till she lies. Gonna starve. Can't go to trial. The truth will come out if it goes to trial. Say it again. You've already said it a lot. Let's say it one more time. It can't go to trial. The truth will come out if it goes to trial. We can't let it go to trial. Wow. You're going to trial. Then what are you gonna do? Then what are you gonna do? He's not making a deal with anybody. You had your chance for that, and you just said you didn't want to do it, so fine. Alright, so we have all that, and, Mr. Perry, you're still trying to contact me, and I just said, don't contact me, I don't like it. When you do it anyways, we get more, because I said I don't like that, don't contact me at all. My guy said, I will not call that bitch back until he stops contacting you, stops invading your privacy, and you're not broke anymore. Stops taking your money. He's not getting a call back from me. He's wasting my time. I don't want to hear his excuses. But he'll talk to me. He tells me what you just said. Can't go to trial. Can't let it go to trial. The truth will come out. We can't have that. Is the thing with Mike here? There's my, when they were trying to poison me, take my car. Here's McNamara email. I didn't have any affiliation with the Catholic Church when this was sent. Very detailed, very specific information about the crime you were telling people you're going to commit. And then you did it. You knew I had that, and you did it anyway. Everybody's like, what the hell's wrong with him? Who's he think he's fooling? Yeah. There's the one about my apartment. We got Calvin's name with this one right here. Calvin's name came with this one right here. Was that Calvin that said that? Bald fat Calvin? You're hated. Then you tried to do it. This is my text to Gene Mitchell. You're about to make a legal argument. It's not plausible, Gene. You want to know how she know my legal argument before I even went into court and made it? I can prove I knew because I texted him and told him. Yeah, you guys are something. It looks like a concerted effort to displace Ms. Ortiz. Then we got Lucius's name, Geppetto's name, Sonjay's name, Beverly's name, right? James, Reuben. Point out for me the marks on Mike Neely that look like he was in a fight. Not one on him. See, he's got an IV in the right hand. That's making it red and swollen. No head injury, no concussion, no nothing. Couldn't have done it. Couldn't have. There's the arrest report. Everybody can look at it. Point out for us the injuries listed in the arrest report. Okay, here it is right here. Hansel and Gretel. This is Hansel and Gretel. This is what you guys mean when you say Hansel and Gretel. This right here. Coax him somewhere. Go to Pensacola, Mike. It'll be fun. Because you wanted him to go there so you could kill him. And he didn't die. You did a false arrest. You did the same thing to me. You gave me arsenic. When I didn't die, you did a false arrest. Filing a false police report, but I never got tested. You obstructed justice and destroyed my evidence. I asked you not to contact me, Mr. Perry, didn't I? And you just did it anyway. So when we get more and I type up what you just said again and somebody else's name, don't complain. You just asked for it again. You just did it again. I do not care what you think. If I say it slow like that, will I help you understand? I don't care what you think. Everybody's sick of hearing you talk at all. Shut up and get away from me. Do not contact me again. When you do, we get more. Here's the arsenic. Did you give me arsenic, David? Yup. He texted an admission. Then he tells me to let my life fade away. Mr. Perry, again, I don't care what you think. You weren't asked, were you, Connie Curry? Remember who it is you're dealing with when you start trying to tell me what you think. Why don't you go be, huh, Princess Cuckoo Bird? Is your skirt all twisted tonight? Your pantyhose aren't fitting right? You feel pretty in that dress you wear? So, we got this here. Look at this. Let your life fade away. I can't promise this talking will end without... I said death, deception, or destruction. Notice he doesn't mention deception at all, just death and destruction. I noticed it. Let your life fade away. Wow. Let us kill you? Is that what that means? Let us just murder you. Right? Okay. So the more you contact me, the more of these we get. The longer I'm broke, the more we get. The longer Mike Neely's in jail, the more we get. The more you invade my privacy, the more we get. And that's the way it is. Nobody's going to call you back. There's my email on the march. He was drugged. I said it right here. Mr. Perry, no one cares what you think. The guys that told me about this won't call you back. They tell me all this stuff. I talk to them all the time. I matter. You don't. I talk to them anytime I want. They're protecting me from you. They're protecting me from you. They won't give you the time of day. I matter. You do not matter. So when you start bossing me around, when you start threatening me, when you start telling me what you think and how you feel, you stupid fuck, remember who it is you're talking to. Remember who it is you're talking to. And go be, weirdo. Pathetic little weirdo. You're stupid as a rock. They got me that in jail. They will not call you back. I matter. You don't. It's Fabian's name on that puzzle intersecting with the word hope. Not some random guy's. Not yours. Fabian's name. His name. I got that in jail. You're the little wannabe here. Me. The little selfish butt-in wannabe. You're a nothing. You don't matter. I do. We can get this kind of... We can get information like that. And you can't. Okay? Cuckoo Bird, you need to get a grip on reality. I knew Mike Neely was drugged in March. You know how I can prove it? I sent an email. Here's the depositions. They said he was. They gave him Narcan. Yep, they tested him after he was given the Narcan, which altered the chemical composition of his blood. We have no idea. How did the opioids get in his blood? He's telling the guy here, I can't believe you. I don't have any marks on me like I would if I was in a fight. I don't have a head injury. I don't have anything, nothing. So I don't believe you. And the guy goes, well, it appears he was beat up. Sure, detective, stupid finger paint cop. We get that. We know Lucky was beat to death. But it doesn't look like he did it. Where's the injuries indicating he was in a fight? Mr. Perry, no one asked you what you think, did they? You're still trying to tell me what you think, and I think you know I don't care. I said do not contact me at all. Do not contact me at all. So everybody, when we get somebody else's name or we quote y'all, Mr. Perry just contacted me. When he contacts me, we get more because it pisses me off. I told him I don't want to hear it. Do not contact me. I don't like it. When he does it anyway, we get more. The longer I'm broke, the more we get. The couple of weeks I had money and a place to, food and shelter, got a little quiet, didn't it? So you tell us, what do you want? I'm not going to help you, cuckoo bird. There's no hints. Why would I give you a hint? The frustration is in your failure to grasp a concept of when you cause a problem for me, it makes everybody upset and uncomfortable and disturbed, so we get more. When you cause me loss, everybody is sick of feeling anxious and upset and uncomfortable and disturbed by the hardship you're putting me through. They hate you, so we can get information like that, and you can't. Nobody will call you back. Nobody will call you back. I can talk to him whenever I want. I matter. You don't matter. Get off your high horse. You don't have one single name. I just rattled off a bunch. Right, Bald Fat Calvin? Right, Sanjay? Right, Geppetto? Right, Lucius? Right, Monique? Right, Beverly? Right, Muffin Man? Get a grip on reality, princess. Now, I'm done. We're done with you, Charles. We're done with you. No one's going to help you. Everybody wants for you to be gone. You either get that or you don't. If you act like you can't understand what people say to you, he's never going to call you back. There is going to be a trial. It'll be your trial. Okay? You want to false arrest me? There will be a trial. The truth is going to come out. So, I don't know, you keep giving me, I did tell you, I did say so, I've told you so. I told you, I did say. We did say that. We just said that. Right? Okay, do what you do.
Leave me alone. I don't want proof of this. Please leave me alone.
Hey, men. Leave women the fuck alone. When they're in public, when they're doing anything, you don't have the right to their attention. You don't have the right to step into their personal space. You don't have the right to them. Especially if they're making it very clear they don't want to be talked to. But even when they're not, unless a woman is giving you enthusiastic and continuous body language and signs that she wants to talk to your ugly dumbass, then leave her the fuck alone. Find a date a different way. Okay? It's not clever. It's not cool. It's not cute. It's garbage. It's absolute garbage behavior, and you're a garbage person if you do it. I don't care if it's in public. It doesn't fucking matter. You don't have the right to her. You need to leave her alone. And this is bacon.
Oh, okay, so I forgot to finish a thought. With my inheritance money, I did finally, when I wanted to use it to help email my parents, an attorney, and said, I need my money now. They were apparently going to give it to me. In fact, Lynn said, we heard, same as we hear your names, get your names and crap. I should have given it to her in 2007 when she was in Vegas, because her and her family were doing good in Vegas. I had no right to keep that from her. It was her money. And maybe she wouldn't have taken this job in Lubbock and moved. Because Mr. Perry is not only terrorizing her, he's terrorizing us too. He's terrorizing us too. I said, stay the fuck away from my family. No one owes you any answers. No one owes you an explanation. You've not lost anything at all. You are hurting people, humans. And for that, you are deeply hated. You're making everybody disturbed and uncomfortable and furious with you, so we can get information like Calvin's name, and that he's bald and fat, and Sanjay's name. Gets upset every time I say his name. Right? I know he's upset every time I say his name. Geppetto's name, your witch. We get their names, we get the physical description, and we get what role they play. And that you spent upwards of $25 million to give us all that stuff. Because you didn't get your cover-up. You didn't get a cover-up, did you? I don't know what exactly happened, but I know you can't hide that money. You can't hide where you spent $25 million. We heard you paid off Sapulpa Police, Creek County Police, Sheriff's Department, Mays County Sheriff's Department, Rogers County Sheriff's Department, Tulsa Police, Tulsa County Sheriff's Department, and the State Police. If they put it into evidence, you got mad you didn't get your cover-up, and you had it stolen back. You have it. You have the money. I don't know. They have to confirm that. They can confirm it or deny it. It's up to them. I don't know what happened to it. That's what we heard. It's a rumor. Right? You didn't get a cover-up. Okay, so the inheritance money, David and Charles told them, don't give it to her. Her family's been told, don't give her money. Don't help her. We're trying to starve her until she lies, until she agrees to be trafficked. We're trying to coerce someone to do something against their will and say something against their will. And that's a felony crime, sir. It's a felony. It is as illegal as it gets. Bully, bully, bully. Mr. Perry, I, Cynthia Ortiz, do not want any contact with you at all. I don't care what you think. You were not asked, Connie Curry. You need to remember who it is you're talking to. My guy tells me what you just said. He won't return your phone calls. I matter and you do not. Get off your high horse. Get off of it. You're making a buffoon of yourself. You embarrass everybody. You need to get a grip on reality. I'm quoting you, sir. You need to remember who it is you're dealing with and who you're threatening. So because they called my parents and said don't give her her money, they have to pay the interest. Oh my God, he's doing it again. So we'll get more. Mr. Perry, he's asking, is it your parents? I'm not told who your leaks are. I'm not told what they get from a leak court order. I'm not told who your leaks are. We all want you gone, so you're not going to get any help, sir. You're not going to get any. I said don't contact me, and it's pissing me off that you're doing it anyway. So they said, my guy says they're going to pay the interest on that money from the day they called him and said don't give it to her until the day you actually get it. So you owe me that too. Restitution or whatever. Okay? So, we're done. We're fucking done with you, mental retard. It's very frustrating to have to deal with somebody like you that I have to repeat myself. I worked with a lot of very professional people, Mr. Perry. Elected officials, their staff, doctors, surgeons, nurses. I only say it once. You better start keeping up.
That's okay, I don't care. Leave me alone. That's okay, I don't care. Leave me alone. All you want. I don't want proof of this. Please leave me alone. Please leave me alone. Leave me alone. Please. Just talk to me for 2 minutes and I'll leave you alone. Oh my God. It's too damn.
Repeat, 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 repeat. You act like you have no fucking idea what you just said. And then start giving out, opinions and shit. Opinions and shit. No one asked you, Neil, what you think about her clothes. What were you asked to do, Neil? Leave her alone. Stalking is a felony. Hacking is a felony. Peeping is a felony. Coercion is a felony. Trafficking is a felony. It comes with life sentence. How many counts of that are you going to be charged with? Attempted rape. Conspiracy to commit attempted rape. Are you going to get consecutive sentences or concurrent? Yep. See? You better get in reality if I'm telling you who people are in your little creepy club.
Really finished it. Leave me alone. Sir, please leave.
That's okay, I don't care.
Leave me alone.
All you want.
I don't want proof of this. Please leave me alone. How does this make you feel? You're filming my father and my fucking sister. How does this make you
Is that
feel?
the one that put all those scratches on your arm? You want to see the
Scratches?
pictures?
I got
I
scratches.
can show you the pictures right now.
No, I want you to leave my family fucking alone.
Keep hanging outside of there.
Monkey, hit the road. Dude, I promise you, you're gonna get yours and you're
I don't
gonna
give
get
a fuck. You can bring whoever the fuck you want.
I hear that all the time. I'm a stalker. I got pictures of you. Oh my God. Okay, so have you seen the certain crime shows like Criminal Minds or something, CSI, Las Vegas, I don't know, something. I had something similar in my criminal law class for college. You got a stalker creepy guy who's taking pictures of the victim, and you go in their house or their room or whatever, the cops do like a search warrant or whatever, and they go looking around. Guess what? The pictures of the person they're stalking are all over the walls everywhere. And it's like, ew. Oh my God, that's so weird. So fucking weird. So that's Neil here. He's stalking this girl, and he's taking pictures of her. Mr. Perry takes pictures of me in where I am, just doing normal things normal people do. Everywhere I go. He doesn't live in Oklahoma. He gets pictures taking me all over the place so he can prove he's not stalking me. We call that hillbilly cover-up. And he's always gonna get me. I'm gonna get you. I'm like, dude, I just quoted you. I just named people on your payroll. or your partners. You need to remember who it is you're talking to and threatening, bitch. Nobody will call you back, because I matter and you don't. Get off your high horse.
Okay, you're gonna
Is
fight
that a
fucking
threat?
army. I don't give a fuck.
This make you feel? You're
That's okay, I don't care. That guy's been raping you since
leave
you
me
were
alone.
12.
Please.
Just talk to me for 2 minutes.
First, let me say that I'm happy that the lady in this video is okay. Second, let me break down what rape culture is. Rape culture is the fact that that man felt that he was entitled to some of this woman's time just because he said, let me talk to you for 2 minutes. Doesn't matter if it's 2 minutes, 5 minutes, 20 minutes. If she said no, no means no. Rape culture is the comments that she has on her video about how she should have just spoke to him or dressed differently. Rape culture is me taking the heat for calling out other men for their terrible behavior. Rape culture is trying to explain stuff as, oh, it's just locker room talk. No, it's not locker room talk. You should talk the same way wherever you are. We all know that rape is not about sex, it's about power. So for you to force yourself on somebody, even if you're just talking to them, is disgusting, dude.
Okay, so in closing also, I'm going to speak to this. Mr. Perry's always typing in my phone, I'm sorry. No, you're not. You're sorry you got caught, but you're not sorry for what you're doing, or you'd stop. And my church Bible study thingy had my Catholic church, which I've not named which one that is. Mr. Perry, oh my gosh. Now he's asking, is it the Catholic Church? I'm not told who your leaks are. The McNamara email was 2015. Was I going to a Catholic church in 2015? Fucktard. Pathetic. Weirdo. Jesus. Okay. I said, don't contact me. I fucking hate it. My guys aren't going to call you back if you act like you can't understand what I just said. They're not wasting their time. I can talk to them whenever I want. Okay, so we're talking about forgiveness. And I'm like, okay, so how do you know when you forgive somebody? Like, there's people, as you know, that do things, they'll do something and harmful, and then they'll say they're sorry, but they keep doing it. So, you know, at some point you kind of want to say, I'm going to not forgive you. And it's not necessarily that you're not forgiving them, it's that they're taking the forgiveness as an open door to keep doing the same crap. And of course, everyone agreed that is inappropriate to do that. It is inappropriate to tell someone you're sorry and then keep doing the same thing. Because you're not sorry, and you don't get to be forgiven until you're actually sorry. And when you're really actually sorry, you make it right with that person and you stop it. There's a Bible verse, since you're a Baptist deacon at church who's got a pretend love life in a state where he doesn't live and lies to his wife and his children and everyone in his church. There's a Bible verse that says, if you have an offense with another person or a disagreement with another person and you come into the church, I really don't want to deal with that. I think it's Jesus talking. What you need to do is you put your sacrifice down, you leave the church, you go make it right with that person, and then come back and then we'll talk, me and you. Jesus is saying, me and you will talk. That's what church is. You're in there talking to God, right? You're in there communing with God. It's a fearful thing to fall into the hands of the living God. Have you heard that one? I, the Lord, love justice. I hate robbery and wrongdoing, and I will faithfully reward my people for the suffering that you are causing them. Double for their trouble. I will give you double prosperity for the suffering. It's Isaiah 61. It's my favorite chapter in the Bible. I read it every day out loud. Every fucking day I read that out loud. And God's word does not go out without producing fruit. It will accomplish its intent. And there's nothing you can do about it. Not a fucking thing you can do about it. So if Jesus is saying, before you come in to talk to me into my house, and you're going to come talk to me, and you've offended somebody, I really don't want to deal with you. What I'd like you to do is put your sacrifice down and you go make it right with them. And then come back. He expects amends to be made. He expects you to stop it before you come in and ask for forgiveness. There are words and then there's actions. And your words and your actions not matching up makes people hate you, and no one trusts a word you say. You're just full of shit. You're just wasting my time, insulting my intelligence. You're just insulting my intelligence. When you look at somebody and lie, that's what you're doing. You're basically telling them, I think you're stupid. Too stupid to know I'm lying right now. And you really shouldn't lie to people smarter than you, because they'll know you're lying. And you're insulting their intelligence. So when you say you're sorry, come on with that. You're sorry you got caught. You're not sorry for what you did, or you would stop it. And I promise you, we're getting information very easily, Mr. Perry, because everybody would like for you to stop it. You're making people very uncomfortable, very disturbed, and horrified at what you're putting me and Mike Neely through. Then the Miller kids need to be able to have the benefits associated with their dad dying in the line of duty, because he was about to arrest you for what you did to me in his jurisdiction, wasn't he? Forgeries and shit. Forgeries, perjuries, a whole lot more than vandalism, wasn't it? I made the vandalism report and said we didn't see who did this. It's possible. It's stalking related. If you watch the video of police that are good at what they do from the National Stalking Resource Center called Connecting the Dots, that's what they tell you to do. If someone reports a vandalism, you might want to ask them if they have a stalker. They may not know that. And then you need to let the victim know you are in a dangerous situations. Stalkers are dangerous. We got dead Rebecca Schaefer. We got dead John Lennon. We got almost dead President Reagan. We got dead Drew Carey's ex-girlfriend. We got dead Travis Alexander out of stalking. It's vandalism, and then next escalation was murder in the first degree, sir. So what I told Michael was completely appropriate. I shouldn't say Michael, I should say Officer Neely and Officer Gibson were told exactly what Connecting the Dots says to say. I have vandalism. They could buy the key from my car dealership. I'm pretty sure they have. They know if I need an oil change or not. They fucking know the condition of my tires. They know if I'm late on a payment or if I've written a check, and they want the guy to hold the check or go ahead and put it through. We want to fuck her up right now. She didn't make a deposit yet. Put it through. Let's see. Let's get her on a hot check. We've heard you guys say all that crap. In fact, one of you guys, I think it was Calvin, can we not get her to the car dealership? It was right around the time of Officer Neely's trial, I want to say. And I'm quoting you, and the guy, and you were like, oh, you can't trust that car dealership or anybody out at that strip club. And he said, she's not quoting them, she's quoting you. Yep. You get it. You're not all there. I mean, all of you. I don't know how many different ways I can say the same things. I don't know. We're not dropping hints. Nobody wants to help you. Everybody wants you to be fucking gone. The frustration is that you're not getting the cause and effect. When you fuck with me, you get caught. Nothing else has happened in 13 years but that. Nothing. Mr. Perry, Mr. Robertson, Calvin, Lucius, all you people, I forgive you, and that is not a open door to continue doing what you're doing to me. It's not. I don't have to forgive you. I forgive you for me, not for you. Okay? You are to stop, though. You are to stop. You're breaking the law. You're causing a lot of injury. The Miller kids deserve to have the benefits of having their dad die in the line of duty. He deserves those honors. Officer Neely needs to go home. He's not a criminal. He's not a murderer. You are. You're still out offending. You're still out committing one crime after another, after another, after another. And police from somewhere else are having to help me. And I can get a call and you can't. Because I matter and you don't. Right? I matter and you don't. And yeah, we do have a lot more than you thought we did, don't we? Every time Mr. Perry contacts me after I've told him I don't like that, stop it, and he does it anyway, we get more. It makes everybody furious. Every day I have no money, every day Mike's in jail, every day you're causing people to feel stress and anxiety and fear and all the emotions that people don't want to feel, guilt and grieving, we get more. And don't tell me you're sorry until you're ready to make it right and get the fuck out. And never contact me again. Never bother me again. Don't cause one more problem. Go away. Get the hell away from me. Get the fuck away from me. Alright? Now, it's rape. You're not entitled to a conversation. You're not entitled to fuck. No means no. You don't have my consent to contact me, peep on me, hack me, invade my privacy in any way, shape, or form, contact anybody I do business with. No one. My family. You don't have my consent to contact my family. Not any of them. And you can't go around telling them we're going to do all this horrible stuff to her. And then I get wind of it, and then you're going to start threatening because you think they leaked. I said don't contact my fucking family, and that's what I fucking meant. I'm not told who your leaks are. I'm not told what they obtained from a court order, a wiretap or something, or a leak. I don't know. I don't care. I just want for you to get out of my life. Why can't you understand that? Everybody's tired of feeling upset and creeped out and uncomfortable and horrified by what you're putting me and Mike through. Tired of it. Everybody's sick of you. I matter, you do not. They won't call you back, princess weirdo. This guy says it right here. It's just rape. It's just fucking rape. Felony after felony after felony after felony. How many counts of sex trafficking and then he hits you with? It's a life sentence. It's a life sentence. Mike Neely got sentenced for life for a crime he didn't commit. Couldn't have. He couldn't have done it if he wanted to. He could not have done it if he wanted to. The fight was between the killer and Lucky. What did you give my friend Mike that made him pass out right now? And that's who beat him to death. Where did those opioids come from? And how did they get in Mike? And he wasn't tested before the Narcan altered the chemical composition of his body to the extent that he came to. We need to see it when he was knocked out. What caused him to be knocked out? How much was he given? All that crap. And we didn't get that test. His evidence was degraded, as was mine. 2, we spot your patterns the second time you do it, dumbass. We learned that in kindergarten, not watching CSI Las Vegas, as it turns out. It's interesting how she mentioned CSI. It's the crime. And I'm thinking, wow, there's the slip up right there. There's the slip up right there. Because I learned it in kindergarten, not watching CSI. Mr. Perry, do not contact me again. He just did it again. So everybody write it down. We're going to get more because he just contacted me again. And I just said, I don't want to be contacted by you. Shut up and get away from me. And you did it anyways. And you piss everybody off. You piss everybody off every time you try to contact me. I don't care what you think. No one does. We'd all like very much, Mr. Perry, for you to shut up and get away from us. Shut up and get away. Get out of Oklahoma. Nobody invited you here. No one asked you what you think, did they, Neil? Yeah, here we go again. So, there's that. So I hope that explains it. You owe the money for the interest. You owe the money for using my body for your little pretend land. A retarded monkey can sit around all day watching a TV show pretending. Making weird noises all day. Playing with little girl toys. With a skirt on. Did you and your blow-up doll have matching dresses? Do you both wear Lee press-on nails? Get the fuck out of my face, weirdo. Get out of my face. There's nothing illegal about being a trans until it becomes crime causation for hurting people that have done nothing to you at all. Nothing but try to get away from you and avoid a conflict. Yep.
Leave me alone! Please!
Just talk to me for 2 minutes.
First, let me say that I'm happy that the lady in this video is okay. Second, let me break down what rape culture is. Rape culture is the fact that that man felt that he was entitled to some of this woman's time just because he said, let me talk to you for 2 minutes. Doesn't matter if it's 2 minutes, 5 minutes, 20 minutes. If she said no, no means no. Rape culture is the comments that she has on her video about how she should have just spoke to him or dressed differently. Rape culture is me taking the heat for calling out other men for their terrible behavior. Rape culture is trying to explain stuff as, oh, it's just locker room talk. No, it's not locker room talk. You should talk the same way wherever you are. We all know that rape is not about sex, it's about power. So for you to force yourself on somebody, even if you're just talking to them, is disgusting.
Stepdad's been raping you since
Leave me alone.